Mrs. Kenyatta Young. Kenyatta, how you doing?
Let me unmute myself. I am amazing. How are you
I'm
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's day 9. So it is day 9. So I'm good. I'm good though. And I'm happy that you are here. Super excited to chat with you because believe it or not, Kenyatta is in the program and she came through one of the workshops that we did several months ago, but we haven't had a chance to catch up. So I was like, hey, Kenyatta, I need to hear what's going on with you. So Kenyatta, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Well, I wanted to first congratulate everyone who's been part of the Impact University. And I know we started out with you saying everyone on the call is thebomb.com, but I wanted you to know you are thebomb.com. But a little bit about me, everyone. My name is Kenyatta Young, and I, outside of being in the program, I am an HR executive at Facebook/Meta. I also have just recently launched my new book, which is called Light It Up Sis. It is LITE. It's part of my proprietary framework that I use for all of my coaching and curriculum. And it's called Light It Up Sis, the 7 Secrets for Dominating the Workplace While Living Out Your Purpose. I also am an entrepreneur and I own a company called Pencil Skirt Project, where I help women in leadership elevate their career, confidence, and their cash.
I love it. Career, confidence, and cash. I absolutely love it. So I know that you and I connected a few months ago and you came in, you participated in one of the workshops and you were on the fence about coming over because you had tried some things previously, had not gotten a return on your investment. So can you share, some of the things that you tried, what didn't work out, how you were feeling at the time?
So that was a journey because now I'm in a better place. So as I can reflect back, I think there is a lot of what I've noticed and been at other coaching programs, you have this perception of like what you're going to get. You have a sense of expectations. And when you join some programs, you're like, oh, maybe I have 1-2 questions from asking what I actually needed, or else I would have gotten the results I wanted. And so because of the lessons I learned from a prior coaching program that I was in, I wanted to be very intentional on what goals I wanted to accomplish, why I wanted to accomplish them versus just this excitement, oh my goodness, this feels good. But I really wanted to make sure that it was an alignment with what works for me. And also I wanted to make God was in it. So I think before I was so excited, I was just going based off my own guts and feelings, but I wanted to make sure it made factual sense for me. So yes, I was in Jasmine's DMs, asking a lot of questions. And I must say, a lot of people like Jasmine, as I mentioned, for real, you are thebomb.com. You took your time. You were very patient. It got to the point I was like, I need to talk to my husband. She's like, look, girl, do what you need to do. I don't want to cause any, headaches between you and your relationships. But she was very, very thorough, communicative. And that was something to me that was very important for any investment you make. You want to make sure that you can at least get the information you need to make the right choice. And I knew for me when I first started the workshops that when you open out in prayer, I'm just saying opening up in prayer is just it's not the norm. I'm just going to say that. And many people out there are just going right into the content, right into what they're looking to sell. And so for me to have someone like you to open up in prayer, that was just, I'm like, God, this is where I need to be. So that was number one, but also just being very intentional on the why, which was very in alignment to what I received from attending the workshops.
Amazing. Amazing. So I know that when you came, when we first connected, you had finished your book.
Yes.
You had been promoting it and you were about to launch it. And you wanted some strategies there, but I know that you also really wanted to dig into that coaching piece. Mm-hmm. So what would you say, has been the biggest game changer for you since working together?
So one thing you will learn immediately, I'm sure from the 9 days, you can hear just from Jasmine, the things that in the gems that she drops, you can immediately apply it. I think the part for me is that as you can hear, I'm an entrepreneur. I work full time, and also I have 2 kids and I have a husband. So I just do not have the luxury of time to figure out everything on my own. I've gotten to the point where that is enough and I have to get out of my own way. So I made a commitment to myself going into the new year. I was going to fire me. Like, you're fired. So you cannot do it all by yourself. So I made it again. It's all about purpose and intentionality. So when I attended the workshops, I like, this is a place for me. But once you get enrolled and you go into the curriculum, sweet Jesus, it is, I mean, it's all the things that I needed and didn't know I needed at the same time. Because yes, I had my book. Yes, I had a thought of a strategy, but no, I didn't do it the way I needed to. So it was a very good course correction for me with coming in the program, because not only did Jasmine provide the gems in terms of like, hey, you want to generate revenue, but also this is the strategy. And by the way, I'm not only just going to give you the high pie and the cloud strategy that many times people do, which is still worth it and definitely worth the investment, but she gives you the how, like A, B to the Z. She walks everything down, everything in a way where you can understand it, but it also, you're able to do it where you have the team support. So no one is going to just say, hey, do it on your own, but you are in these weekly calls. You can submit your work, no judgment zone. And the community of the people in the program is just amazing. So I think for me, that was a game changer, number one. And then also, I mean, I was writing down my wins as I was talking to you. I made half of my investment in the first month. I didn't even know if I told you that.
No, you didn't.
I just fast forwarded to the area where I was at, and she was like, hey, this is what you need to do if you're looking to generate your revenue and also start your coaching. You have plenty of curriculum. I mean, and she didn't repeat that directly to me, but that was in her videos and her training. So I took it as she was talking to me, and I applied it like right away. And I made half of my investment back within the first month and a half. I didn't realize it until I wrote it down. And because of the way in which Jasmine is able to strategize certain things, now that I have my book, I'm able to not only take it to the next level, but I'm also able to sustain and grow my company at the same time. So those were the immediate, like, it was like a no-brainer to me in terms of why I made the investment and how I was able to make an immediate return for me.
I'm so excited for you. No, you didn't tell me that.
I know. I had to like write it on my sticky note. I'm like, let me add this up. Okay.
I was so excited for you and happy for you and proud of you and your implementation too. So what would you say have been some of your biggest non-monetary wins since working with us?
Sweet Jesus. Okay. So I would say mindset shift. You always talk about life, just life. And life be life in you. And I'm like, what is that? What? And it really meant a lot being in the program, because you're going to get hit up against life. Barriers are going to come your way. You may have some delays, but that doesn't mean denial. You may have some rejections. You may just get tired and exhausted, and you just like, hey, I need a break. And to me, being part of the program and having those reminders like, hey, Kenyatta, we haven't seen you. What's going on? Or I just want to know if you're still breathing, So it was very like, oh man, this is not just a program that I invested in, but it feels like a community that cares for your overall transformation. And because it's a representative of their overall brand. And to me, that just goes a little bit above and beyond. And it's a wake-up call. Like literally the conversation we had again through your DMs, it was a wake-up call for me. Like, okay, get it together. It's okay. Don't dwell on the point of where you stopped, but start where you stopped and continue to go forward. I think that mindset shift was very aha, non-monetary, but it's important to where you are in your book writing process, where you may be in your coaching process, because to me, my purpose is not meant for me, it's meant for others. So I can't be selfish and holding that in. So to me, that's something that's invaluable. No one can ever pay for that. And it's all about how I show up. And if I'm not my best self, then it's not necessarily going to be successful. So I think that was very enlightening to see that mindset shift, because I don't believe I've seen it in me personally over these last few years, and being in the program has kind of brought it to surface.
That's so good. That is so good. So I know that when you came through the workshop and then you were kind of inquiring about the program, you were not feeling the investment at all. You're like, listen, I had this, I had that going on. But knowing what you know now, if somebody was on the fence about investment, about the time, what would you say to them?
Number one, pray. Because God, to me, I'm a spiritual person similar to Jasmine. Do what God tells you to do. You never want to be out of alignment from what his will is. But for me, because I wanted to fire myself, you may want to get out of your own way as well. Not everyone has the answers. You don't have it always perfected, but having a community where you're able to get in front of the line, I call it the fast pass, the grace pass. This program is meant to give you just that. You don't have to think twice. You don't have to overanalyze certain things. You don't have to recreate certain things. It's all bundled there in a one-stop shop. And what other better way to get it but beyond Jasmine's program? So that's kind of what I would say to you, or whomever that's seeking for that, guidance and clarity. But it also centers in your why. If you're not intentionally like focused on what are you looking to get out of it, you will get overwhelmed. Like you have everything you need at your fingertips, and it starts and stops with you. So the investment is just not the monetary piece, but we also talked about that mindset shift. So you have to be willing to do the work in order to get the results you need, because the content is there, the support is there, the community is there, the accountability, my goodness, is there. The prayer you hear is there. It's just a matter of you being willing and capable and being adaptable to be coached. So that is the piece that I would say to whomever is looking for that clarity. It starts and stops with you.
That adaptability to be coached. That's a major one.
I got that from you.
That's a good
Gotta
one.
be coachable. It's not gonna work.
Yeah. So can you tell us where we can connect with you, Kenyatta, where we can find you, where we can purchase a copy of your book and learn more about you and your services?
Yes, please. Thank you. So you can find my book on Amazon. Again, it's LITE, Light It Up Sis. I have a ebook, audiobook, hard and paper copy. Also, in terms of my social media, I am on Facebook, Kenyatta Young. Also on Instagram, Young Kenyatta. And if you're interested in learning more about Pencil Skirt Project, it's all like one word. And you can also email pencilskirtproject.com. And if you want to just send me a quick note to give me some encouragement, we all need it. You can email me as well as info@pencilskirtproject.com.
Amazing. You guys make sure that you connect with Kenyatta and Pencil Skirt Project. I know we have a lot of corporate women in the space. So definitely make sure you connect with her and purchase a copy of her book for you and for a friend. All right. Thank you so much, Kenyatta, for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Hopefully you all learned something. Again, thanks, Jasmine, for inviting me.
Oh, most definitely. I'm going to connect with you after tonight.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Good night.